You want to get to know her. You want her to feel comfortable talking to you.
Say something about higher value. What do you mean by higher value?
Yeah, for higher value is so important. Displaying high value is important. As we all know, the society is so shallow.
True.
We tend to respond to people who we think have something to offer us.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be, someone who's funny, or your high value could be, you're good looking, or your high value
or you got money.
Or exactly, you've got money. So in your conversation with her, you need to put this across to her, not in a crass way. You're not going to say, by the way, I've got £3,000 in my bank account or in my pocket, or I've got a Mercedes-Benz waiting for me outside. You're not going to say that. If she says something like, oh yeah, so where do you live? Oh yeah, up in Chelsea. If you don't live in Chelsea, never like Chelsea. Don't say you live in Chelsea, but because if you're like rich, then say you live in Chelsea. Obviously, if you say you live in Chelsea, that's higher value. It's gonna be.
Well, you would not in a cocky way.
Not in a cocky way. Just like a normal conversation. You're like, live in Chelsea, by the way. Or if you're funny, you want to bring your humour into the conversation.
So basically, it's like setting yourself out. It's like marketing. They say you need to.
Exactly. Like I said, it's like an interview. It's like a sales pitch.
Yeah.
You need to qualify yourself to her. And when you start dropping all this, like I said, not in a crass way. Don't say you've got. Girls will know when you're being crass and you're just off-putting. You don't want. But if it's in a very subtle way, you live in Chelsea, or if you're funny, if you're making her laugh and she's laughing at your jokes, or if you're good looking. I mean, not everyone is good looking.
Not everyone is good looking.
Not everyone is good looking. So that's why it's important to recognize what your unique selling point is. You're a funny guy. And you're a good looking guy.
I mean, it's like a big person saying, oh yeah, I like to go to the gym.
Exactly. I mean, it's so apparent. You don't need to say it. So it's like I said, humor. If you're a good looking guy, then make your good looks. Don't say, oh yeah, for real, I'm good looking. She's gonna see you're good looking anyway. So that's high value. You need to display that in your conversation without being bait about it. And even when it comes to, like we said before, never make the number your prize. I mean, forget about the number. You don't really. What you're gonna use a number for is a stairway to heaven. At the end of the day, you want to see it again. So just tell her you want to see it again. And part of high value is just tell her, like I said, don't spend the whole night talking to her. You just want to talk to her for about 10-15 minutes and you're out. So just say, it's been nice talking to you, Lucy. You know what, I tell you what, why don't we meet up for lunch this week? Or why don't we meet for coffee this week? You're a high value guy. It's like, you've enjoyed the conversation with her. She's enjoyed the conversation with you. It's just like, let's meet up again. So you can see how the number is irrelevant.
I think, but just buttressing that fact is what Mr. Olin, I feel he's trying to say is the number should not be the prize. The number should be the avenue to kind of seeing that girl again. And even if you don't have that confidence to ask to see that female sometime later, what kind of keys or what kind of cues would you get?
How would you know if a girl is ready to see you again?
And for that reason, that's why from what I've been through, after opening quite a few, probably hundreds or of sets of females, you might want to call it. What I've learned is I never ever ask for a girl's number the first time I meet her, and I just don't do it. You might find that controversial, but I don't do it. If a girl wants you to have a number, you would know. Right. You would know, and this is why I've come up with 3 kind of cues, just minimum cues that you might learn. The first one is if you're making her laugh,
and she's laughing at your jokes.
She's laughing at your jokes. That's really not that strong, but if she's laughing at your jokes,
that's a start.
That's number 1. You're in there. 10 minutes into the conversation, she's still laughing at your jokes. Then you're somewhat in there, And number 3 is, if there's some sort of keynote, what experts called kinesthetics. And what that means is if there's some sort of physical contact,
it's so funny.
You make jokes and she kind of pushes
you're
somewhat in there.
For real, I tell you what, you will know. It's a guy that you would know when a girl is interested in you. If you don't know, then don't even start. But I'm sure you would know. It's just simple things like just smiling at you. All her friends are all the way, down the other side of the room and she's still talking to you, then you know she's interested. I mean, it's not rocket science. So, like I said, just a quick recap: the 3 hours. Respect yourself. Respect whoever you are talking to. The second hour being repertoire. You're not punching too much above your league. That's a bit controversial. I think that you need to push your boundaries a little bit. Sure. But yeah, that's the second hour. The third hour is rejection. Do not fear rejection. Just get in there. Within 10 seconds, get in there. Don't let her clock you looking at her because she's gonna shoot you down. She's got her answers like prepared for you. And the opener, go in there with confidence. Smile. You have to smile to make her feel comfortable and display high value. Create rapport, because why would she want to know you? Because you've shared something in common and because you're confident. Never ask for a number just to let you want to see her again. And I suppose the number is part of that process.
Yeah, the number's part of that process. And just to finish off, you know, like Olin said, the number is just part of the process. There's so many other alternatives out there. You know, I call it like marketers call it multi-channeling. I mean, long way the days where the number was the only way you can talk to a girl.
You got BlackBerry ping,
you got Facebook, you got Gmail,
you got Twitter.
You got Twitter. For the more serious, this one you have to be very careful with this one. This is a new one that I've been trying out and it's great. I call it the location closer. And you know, I met a girl the other day and all she told me was, you know, I work in Zara in West End. And you know, we had a great conversation. And you know what I just said was, one day, you know, I shop a lot in West End. One day I might just pop through. What days do you work at? What days do you work?
Oh, I like that, you know.
It was great. And she was like, wow, that's different. And you know, I think it was the week after that, on a Saturday, I just popped. I was, you know, I had a bag in my hand. I didn't want to look like a loser.
High value.
And I was a girl. I was with a girl as well.
What's the Primark bag, was it?
No. H&M.
Yeah, so
I was with a girl, I had an H&M bag, so it looked like I was shopping, but you know, when I left my house that morning, I knew I was gonna go, you know, bump into her. So I was
you know you were shopping and that was your last stop?
Yeah, that was my last stop, and I was like, oh yeah, I remembered you work at Zara, and you know, it was like about, I got a number that day. Like I said, I never ask for the number the first time. So there are so many alternatives out there.
Just forget the number, have a great time, great conversation, display our value, and tell her you want to see it again. So I hope you've answered your question. Never be scared when it comes to talking to a woman. At the end of the day, she's not going to bite your head off. So it's SugarLounge with your boy Mr. Oleg and the one and only Mr. K. You know how we do. So keep on tagging our way, keep on spreading the word. Jump on us on Twitter. Sign up to the fan page, become a fan, and just let's make this simply vibes. See you next episode.